Hello Dnation and welcome back. In today's episode I'm going to share with you and show you the humble beginnings of my diecast motorcycle collection that I started in the year 2016. It wasn't an easy task getting to where I currently am. So stay tuned and let's get started. What you are about to see are static images because at the time when I started my diecast motorcycle collection, I had no idea that I would be starting a YouTube channel for my motorcycles and my action figure collection. But however, I had a series of pictures that I clicked. So I thought to myself, least let me share these with my Dnation family. So here we go. It all started in the year 2016 during a regular house cleaning session. As I was storing away things, I came across two of my 1/18 scale motorcycles in one of the old boxes that were stored away. These motorcycles were gifted to me by my parents when I was 10 years old. I took them and kept them aside and continued with my cleaning. The next day, I opened them out and cleaned them and shined them up. As you can see, I got my dad to build me a little showcase to house my beauties. I couldn't help but admire their beauty and how much work were put into the details of each one of them. This sparked my interest in diecast motorcycles and started my passion. The very next day, I went online and discovered a whole new world of diecast collectibles. I was astonished, intrigued and whatnot. I felt like a kid in a candy store. I wanted them all. My passion to own these beautiful collectibles got me going on a shopping spree, and I started up my collection with a dozen 112 scale and 118 scale motorcycles. Now after I researched and bought my first batch of motorcycles, I made my first display case with glass and housed my 112 scale bike collection in it and just stared at them all night long, and I couldn't get enough of them. This passion grew stronger and I kept researching models that were available and started learning about them, and my proper diecast motorcycle collection started here, as you can see. This got me all jacked up. I was burning with passion for these little beauties that I loved admiring after coming back home after a long day's work. They gave me such happiness and mostly relaxed my mind and kept me occupied. Me being the collector I am, always like to set my motorcycles free from their packages, so this sparked my interest to build my second display case with sliding glass doors to house my 1/18 scale diecast motorcycle collection that was ever growing, and especially as I knew it was not gonna stop anytime soon. Eventually my 112 scale collection grew, and what you see is a collection of 30 112 scale bikes at this time. I made some shifting. I took my old 1/18 scale display case and made some adjustment and hosted this beautiful collection as you see. I should say that this was a sleepless night, but a beautiful one indeed. As you can see, I ended up building my third display case that housed my 1/18 scale cruisers. This was an amazing sight experience. Eventually my 112 scale collection grew, and what you see now is my first 112 scale collection of 30 bikes at that time. I made some shifting. I took my old 1/18 scale display case and made some adjustment and hosted this beautiful collection as you see. I added white LED light strips so that I could admire these beauties even at night. I should admit that for a while I used this setup as my night light. Definitely a bright one, but the most beautiful one indeed. I did the same with this one. I cleared my 1/18 scale cruiser bike display case and made some adjustments and housed my 1/18 scale diecast mods that I modified. You can check out my Monster Mod Shop Week episode for more on this. And I also housed my 112 scale motocross motorcycles. I know you're going to be wondering, where did I house all my 1/18 scale motorcycles, yeah? Guess what? I built a 6x4 feet mansion for them. You will see what I mean. So here we go. This display case took me more than a month to build, as I used to work on it only during my weekends and when I was off from work. This beauty costed me a bit and a lot of time, effort and sacrifice, but as you can see, it was definitely worth it. At this time, I had roughly about 150 118 scale diecast motorcycles, so I planned and designed and built this display case so I can house all of my 118 scales in this. A detailed video of this display case build coming soon, so stay tuned. Well, with me moving all my 118 scales to their new palace, I had a few empty spots, so guess what? I filled them up by getting a few more amazing 112 scales. What you're looking at now was a much bigger, brighter and more beautiful night lamp. Who gets to live like this, yeah? It's me, and me. My personal getaway from the busy days at work and other activities. This was my little piece of heaven. What you are about to see is a close-up of the upper level of my white diecast castle. You are now looking at a close-up of the lower level of my white diecast castle that housed all my beautiful little monster trucks and my diecast monster mods. I rearranged the display case for my 112 scale bikes. This looked more colorful than a lava lamp to me. I guess this phase of my collection, I stayed up researching so much on motorcycles and which ones to get and from where to get them from, which led me to buy a load of Monster energy drinks to keep me sparked and alive to get going making my next midnight buys. What you see now is my most recent build that houses my Deadpool action figure collection, and this baby is called the Deadpool Display Mansion. A detailed video on this build is coming up soon, so stay tuned. I couldn't help but add in a lit up picture of my white diecast castle. I hope you like it. What you see here is a little added on display case segment that is placed on top of my 112 scale display case. This case was custom built by me to house my 132 scale mini motorcycles and motorcycle brand jackets. Made it look like it was one display case, but now you know. Well, this is a shot of a recent rearranged lower level sector of the white diecast castle with all its new residents. They look packed and amazing with my recent collects. Should admit that I'm glad I built this display case, especially as I knew that my collection is not going to stop anytime soon. So a big yay to that. Well, this was more of an on-the-spot idea. I used two old wooden drawers that were not being used, turned them upright, painted them white, drilled in some clamps, placed some glass inside of them, a simple upright glass sliding door, and voila! My two additional wall-mounted display cases were born, and this is where I housed my new 112 scale arrivals. Now take a look at all my upgraded display cases lit up at night. Wanna check it out? You're most welcome. The following are the contents of my Deadpool action figure setup from the Deadpool Display Mansion. As I mentioned earlier, a detailed video on this segment coming up soon. So stay tuned and enjoy. Well, I know this would be an unfair experience if I just let you go with just pictures. So Dnation family, introducing to you for the first time the update Dnation 2019 diecast display setup. Check it out and enjoy. Well, this brings us to the end of this beautiful transition of my collection from 2016 to 2019. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a massive thumbs up and share it. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button if this is your first time here. And also don't forget to click that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming episodes. If you care to share your views and thoughts on this topic, please do drop a comment below. Stay tuned for episode 2 coming soon, where I will be discussing and sharing my build of my Deadpool display mansion in detail. Well, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.